Hey there, YouTube. You probably don't know who I am, but I have been an intern working at SARS Enterprises for the last 5 years. The CEO of SARS Enterprises and my direct boss, and SARS, has been missing in action, probably because she is scared of the hot United Healthcare killer. Do I have to say hot? But while she isn't here, she has been kind and gracious enough to ask me to watch over her home and her cats, which is where I got this scratch and this black eye. But a few weeks ago, Anne decided to come on camera and address the public for the first time in 5 years. And SARS did receive a lot of backlash to that video from the viewers and 50% of the company. And the overall climate for CEOs has become more volatile. So my company has tasked me, SARS, the intern, to relay some answers from SARS about some new allegations that have been brought forward. I have worked for this company for 5 years now, and I have to say that SARS is the best boss I've ever had. She even got me this candle. They don't make them like they used to. I guess we don't need this thing here anymore. Okay guys, let's get into this first allegation. Oh my god, okay. Coming straight out of the gate, the first allegation is COVID is airborne AIDS. AIDS as in the HIV and AIDS epidemic of the 1980s. And in regards to this allegation, SARS had to say, I already addressed this. Buying our flagship product, COVID-19, will allow people to have lifetime immunity. And that's all it says. Doesn't really answer this. COVID-19 does affect the immune system, and people have been dying from other infections after buying our products. So would it fit the definition of AIDS? What does AIDS stand for? Acquired immunodeficiency syndrome. So in the case of HIV and AIDS, is people catch the HIV virus and it ruins their immune system, and people catch other diseases more easily and more frequently to a worse extent. Meanwhile, COVID-19 infects you and wrecks your immune system, and you get sick more often and easily. But I guess if this claim had any sort of legitimacy, we would see some similar responses to HIV meds, right? Is that a thing? Wait, people have been reacting positively to a PrEP approach using an oral medication to avoid infection? I think we should move on. This is above my pay level, which is nothing. So I hope this helped address this allegation. COVID is airborne AIDS. No, it is not. Since that's all Anne had to say about this, let's go ahead and move on to the second allegation. I'm sorry, I need to keep my sugar up after my 4th COVID-19 infection. For some reason, I got diabetes. I don't know how it happened. In this second allegation, people are claiming that COVID-19 leads to a much worse disease that nobody asked for, long COVID. So kind of like HIV leads to AIDS. This allegation is connected to the first one I see. And SARS's response is, SARS Enterprises is responsible for COVID-19, lifetime immunity, and immunity debt. I guess what Anne is trying to say is we did not seek out to create this long COVID, nor do we even know what that is. I mean, who's talking about it? Some unrecognizable fake news agency, like the Cleveland Clinic? A collection of symptoms that last 3 months or longer after your first COVID symptoms. More than 200 symptoms have been linked to long COVID. You might feel anxious, depressed, get frequent headaches, problems with taste or smell. Have y'all been reading about this? Love you. So for this allegation, what my boss is trying to say is we did not seek out to create any kind of long-term chronic illnesses for our happy customers, but we will have our researchers look into this and bring back their reports probably a few years down the line. But in the meantime, we recommend you to take some personal responsibility and don't let your COVID develop into long COVID. Because as we can see, some of these symptoms can be pretty severe. I'm glad we were able to clear up that allegation for you. So this last allegation has to do with something sad that happened at our company a couple of weeks ago. There were two guys at my company that tried to go to court to sue on behalf of the working conditions that we have here and the fact that we don't have dental. When we joined the company, we all had to buy our flagship product, COVID-19, in order to gain lifetime immunity. We didn't have the vaccines back then, and so since then they have been dealing with some mental problems. Well, long story short, in the middle of the case, they both decided to unalive themselves by 22 gunshots to the back of the head. I know, freaky situation. And now this private investigator is claiming that SARS Enterprises is a danger to public health and they murdered two whistleblowers to avoid accountability. And to that, Ann SARS says, when are we going to address the male loneliness epidemic? Sad face. Well, that was very productive. I am glad I was able to represent the company in this trying time. I love my job here. I love working at SARS Enterprises and I love all of our products. My name is Man SARS and I've been an intern here for 5 years. We would like to thank all of our happy customers at this time and we look forward to seeing you in the new year. Smile. Okay, I did what you said. Of course they're gonna buy it.